Hey guys, I am Chad Yoder. I am the July trip leader for Kuandaa International. This year is my 5th year traveling to Uganda. And so we've been many times, we have lots of experiences. God is doing amazing things in Uganda. And so I'm very excited to share with you what that looks like. And so the purpose in this is that I think that when we sign up to travel, we have a general idea of what's going to happen, but we don't really know for sure. And so I want to help you understand what it is we do exactly. And so most of our events are in 3-day trainings. Okay, we'll meet at a church and we do 3 things. First, we train pastors. So there's a class in the morning and a class in the afternoon, and we split the class load between however many teachers we have. And so usually what that means is that each teacher is teaching 2 or 3 classes at each location. And so what you need to prepare for that is simply prepare to teach an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay, so you'll teach, it'll be translated, and these leaders will receive the knowledge, the wisdom that we have gathered so that they can be good pastors, good leaders in their community. And so we do that for 3 days. We have 6 classes each year for 3 years. And so at the end of the 3rd day, we pray for the sick and we pray for the churches, and we just spend a lot of time in prayer and worship. And so while that is happening at the church, the women will meet elsewhere, usually outside the church or in another local building, wherever it might be. The women meet and get together. So if you're working on the women's team, we have done a variety of things in the past for the women. We've done soap making classes. We have done clothing giveaways. We've done business classes with our friend Julie, who runs a business in Uganda. And so what we're trying to do is empower and equip these women. But the key thing that we teach for both the leaders and for the women is our family values class. Because the roles of husband and wife, especially in Uganda, are a little bit mixed up. And so we try to teach the biblical roles class, the family values class, to the women and to our leaders. And so it's part of our curriculum that we teach each year. And so every year looks different for the women's ministry. And so it's hard to say exactly what we're going to be doing. That women's training that we have every year is what really sets and determines that schedule. Because every year it seems to there's something different that's needed, a different approach, different things like that. So the women meet at the same time. Now, while all this is going on, children gather. I mean, you'll start the day with 10 and end with 100. Kids love when we come to town. And so what we started doing is doing something called biblical storytelling. Okay, so we take the parables, we take the stories in the Bible, the stuff that we all know, and we make it come to life for these kids. And so we do storytelling, we do some games. Let me tell you, if you can play soccer, the kids will love you. And so we play, we sing, okay, we just have a ton of fun with these kids. And so usually that happens across our 3-day training events, okay? So for my July team, for example, there are 2 3-day events. And so we fly on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is an event, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is an event. And so that is our general model. We feel that it works best to do it in 3 days. However, it never works out that our trips have exact 3-day training seminars. So on the July team, for example, we have 1-day event, okay? So the last Thursday we are there is a 1-day event. And so that varies, okay? We have all sorts of stuff that our guys hook us up with to work on, okay? So in the past, we've done evangelism. We have done door-to-door evangelism, going literally door-to-door and preaching the gospel with some of our Ugandan friends, doing translating and kind of leading the way for us, teaching us how. Because as most of you know, we don't do a lot of that here. So we do evangelism. We do some encouraging. We have many church plants, Kuandaa churches in Uganda and Kenya. And so that number is growing constantly. And so we're trying to get to as many of them as possible and just encourage them and bring a word of encouragement, maybe do some preaching or some teaching. But for the most part, we're trying to just encourage these churches. We're trying to show them that we are there to support them, that we are backing them spiritually and with our presence. And so we always have a day like that where we have something different we can do. We've done some visiting to some different juvenile camps. We've done visiting to some different churches that have just invited us in to come and preach to their people. And so it's been a great experience. The 1 day is always a very intense day, no matter where we're at. It's a lot of fun. And then also, on the very last day of every trip is our sightseeing and tourism day, which is definitely a lot of fun. We will go to the source of the Nile. And so we will go to a town called Jinja, which is where Lake Victoria flows out. The Nile flows out of Lake Victoria. And so we do this because it's just fun. There's something about being at that place, and seeing the Nile River and being there is just great. And so we do that. We go to a crafts market so you can buy some Ugandan stuff to take back, some souvenirs and that kind of thing. We usually have Uganda pizza and ice cream on our last day. We go into the city and spend some time there, having some fun. And there's just all kinds of fun stuff we can do on that day. And so that, in a nutshell, is what happens on a usual trip. Okay, now for the July and September teams, where those things fit in are different. However, those are the three main things we do. We have 3-day trainings, 1-day events, and of course our sightseeing time. And so that is what you can expect. Of course, you'll get some more of this, more in-depth stuff, and you'll be able to ask some questions and things when you come to our team meeting. For all of our teams. And so for now, that'll hopefully answer some of your questions and give you an idea of how this is going to work. And so thanks for watching. If you need more information, check out our website or feel free to email us anytime at kuandainternational@gmail.com. See you on our team.